this game started. The Utes will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Baylor Bears offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. To the air, it's Reed. Going for the big play. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. So now it's second and long.
And you could tell he thought he had his receiver down the field to make a big play. But how about the defender? Great job running with turning it on.
They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46. The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on third down. Gives it on the option. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
So, Jesse, they're able to connect on the crossing route against the zone. You run that pattern against that coverage. What do you have to keep in mind?
Well, the receiver needs to know where the soft spot is in the defense so he can gear himself down. And the quarterback, Reese, has to play with great timing. Because if he's too early or too late on the throw, that might get picked.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Going downfield for the big play. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Finds his big tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs. So the Utah Utes offense will go to work for the first time today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. With the catch, it's Bray. Oh, the sweet feet. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. And the Utes want to move quickly.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He'll keep it himself. There he goes. Going
evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they
Makes a grab deep. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Scanning the field, it's Reed. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle.
Wide open on the right. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Baylor! Setting up for the extra point and the tie. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Georgia was like a 65-man mute button. They went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Dogs team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Sure happened today. Always interesting to see good SEC teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
To the air on first down. He finds a soft spot in the middle. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Off play action on first down. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking for a crease. It's Bray. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
The counter run play is really tricky for defenses to stop because it forces you to play with great eye discipline. Everything in pre-snap is telling you the ball's going to the strong side, but now they run it back weak and they're pulling offensive linemen. This defense better be ready because this won't be the last time today they see the counter run.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Utes will punt it away on fourth down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Fires to the right. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
To the air, it's Reed. Makes the catch. It's Brown. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
And a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the right.
Oh, he's got some space. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bears! So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Utes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Grab behind the line. It's great. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Catches it at the 30. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Snagged in the middle. It's Jones. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they missed an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Got a man. It's great. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. To throw, it's Lauletta. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything they're is dialing up. These guys offensively have been able to go out.
And the quarterback put up 2 and sacked at the 12. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Wants to go up top. Working that left side now. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And that was a really good job by the defense. Again, keeping everything in front of you in that situation, and now you're rewarded with the 3rd and long. So on this down, we'll see if they bring some pressure or if they lay back and play zone.
Catch in the middle, it's McCoy. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Bears will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. They take over. And they have enough time to put together a drive. Dropping back, it's Flaletta. Intercepted! Oh, what a play! He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got the...
Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, after getting the takeaway now, you're in the fringe area just outside the red zone. The offense trying to stay aggressive. They're throwing it right away, seeing if they can catch the defense sleeping after now just coming on.
Breaks into the open. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. And the Bears are in the red zone. Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to power their way ahead. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've been calling a lively one so far from Salt Lake City. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the fellows at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Bears will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can...
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
The Utes will punt this one away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. They'll try the run. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And the Bears send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Utes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Flauletta. Throws for the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
The Utes will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. No fair catches here, looking for room. He's got great speed. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. They'll run the option. Turning it on. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. First and 10. Pulls it in. It's Ellison. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Trying to barrel in. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. The Bears will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, good decision there by the QB. A little zone read action. He reads the defensive end, crashing down, keeps it himself, gets a nice chunk of yards.
And when you do that, you sort of get the drive going or keep it going, as the case may be. Touchdown, Bears! And the stomping has commenced. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action today. A couple of teams who have had this game circled on the calendar for some time. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This Big Ten battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They go right back to it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the Utes with the 1st and 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And some room to work. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. That's the end of the period. Baylor is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Back to pass, it's Flawletta. The short hands, it's Bray. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The Utes have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. He'll pull it on the read. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. And the Utes lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
He's got the tight end. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game, so maybe they can find some kind of...
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. And they'll come to the line trying to take a slice out of this lead on 3rd and goal. On the run, it's Bray. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Back to pass, it's Flawletta. Here's the pressure. Flushed out of the pocket. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw. It's Reed. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Lot of room to the right. And we have breaking news. They scored.